I recently commissioned some merch from Rider of Rohan, our favorite high elf artist, for, yeah, merch, artwork for merch. So I'm going to be probably posting that within the next couple of weeks. I haven't 100% decided on what solution I want to go with yet, but, yeah, we're going to have some Dog Plays merch relatively soon, but it's time for our check-in on the Cathay versus High Elves matchup. I feel like Rider Rohan has a personal grudge against Cathay at this point. But, yeah, we're going to see how some of the new stuff, how he can deal with it with his patented quad Eagle Bolt Thrower build. Just kidding, it's not patented. That's ridiculous, but it does have 4 Silver Helms as well, 4 White Lions, Tyrion leading the way, and a Lord of Death caster this time. Looks like we're going to see some Onyx Chroman from Soarve, who's playing the Cathay, of course, the Cathay. Zhao Ming leading the way. He's also got Seitang with some Jade Crossbowmen, Jade Wars in the front line, a Fire Rain Rocket, and some Jade Lancers in the back. Let's see how the changes affect things. One of the big changes was to Chroman, of course, making them elemental. It's a new modifier, which essentially is just a fancy word for demonic. So they now suffer from demonic instability, which is a huge nerf. Demonic instability is very bad. And, yeah, I mean, the difference between that and Undead is actually pretty staggering, to be honest. Like, I unironically think that the units which got Construct, you know, if they lost Unbreakable, then that's a net nerf, obviously. But, like, the Jet and Jade Lions, right, I think they had straight-up leadership before. Were they also Unbreakable? I honestly can't remember, because I never played Cathay. But, yeah, them getting Construct is fine. Construct is actually okay, because it's Undead, basically. If Elemental is demonic, Construct is Undead, and as everyone knows, Undead Crumbling is actually not that bad. It doesn't do nearly as much damage as Demonic Instability, so yeah, mostly Constructs are fine. Most of the Construct units also, especially for Cathay, have good enough leadership that they're pretty much impossible to disintegrate functionally, but yeah, the Bolt Thrower is just having a nice artillery battle here as those Chroman came in. They attempted to shut down. They actually did shut down fully one Eagle Claw Bolt Thrower, but were unable to take care of the rest, which value trade-wise is pretty bad. I mean, what, the RORs are like 900, 950, right? Regulars are like 700, so yeah, 1,600-ish worth of gold to not quite do maybe 1,000 or so damage value overall, but still not even shutting down tactically all those bolt throwers, which is a big problem. It's going to cost the rockets. Now Seitang also comes forward and is going to feel the pain of those bolts. Did he actually take the little physical resistance buff here? Most people will cut it if they're not taking a lot of other constructs, which, considering you can only take a limited number of single entities in multiplayer, yeah, not really wildly useful. Definitely better in campaign when you can make a Doom stack of constructs and ally with the Tomb Kings, get some, you know, Shabti and whatnot. Anyway. It's definitely fun. Could you get a Necrotect? Man, I wish you could get heroes. Maybe someday if they ever expand the sort of alliance mechanic, if you could possibly get heroes, it'd be awesome to get a Necrotect hero as Cathay. Get like a totally construct-focused army. That's actually a pretty good idea for a rogue army. I should write to CA about that. But anyway, Silver Helms, beautiful hammer and anvil, sweep up and around the flank. They're going to get into and shut down these Jade crossbows. Zhao comes forward into the woods. Ooh, Seitang drops a nice bombardment there as well. Zhao is going to be suffering some debuffs as he fights here in the woods, but man, that Mage of Death just getting nuked. Seitang understanding he's got a limited time alive. Might as well just take care of some high-value targets. Snipe out Deathcaster there. I mean, value-wise, again, it's not going to be incredible, but tactically, it's definitely good to take care of. But yeah, poor Seitang. Not even 1,000 damage value and is already getting absolutely gatted down by those bolt throwers. Tyrion also facing off in the woods here against Zhao. Tyrion's certainly enough of a combatant. Where is he at? Somewhere in here. Be able to fight Zhao just fine. This glowing sword still doesn't do magic or fire damage, but someday. Someday. Yeah. Anyway. Revealed, of course. Seitang doing his Watcher thing right before he expires, trying to spot all those unspottable units. He is limited time here on this Earth. Let's see, Dragon's Breath also doing a nice job doing some damage across this High Elf army, but without support, Zhao is going to struggle to get through everything here. Just doesn't really have the DPS necessarily. Jade Lancer is eventually able to get through and start to shut down These bolt throwers actually finish them off decisively, but man, this one also somehow gets back online with one of their unit models alive. High Elf leadership, man, just absolutely spectacular. And taking out those bolt throwers will actually equalize the balance power a little bit. If Zhao could also come bail out some of these routing units, maybe get some of these Jade crossbows firing, it would help, certainly. White Lions do have some missile resistance, of course, 30%. It's quite a bit, so those Jade crossbows aren't going to be wildly effective. They definitely will be effective, but less so than you might expect. Zhao also might be less effective when he's surrounded by these White Lions, even though they're not getting a lot of attack animations in due to Zhao's own wild animations. They'll get some hits, hopefully distract some of the attacks from hitting Tyrion. Nice job by these Silver Helms, also chasing some routing units there, also rallying back to the bolt throwers. Even if they're a lost cause, they can still act as a little anvil for the Silver Helms to hammer in. Quite the glittering cavalry engagement here, as these two scale-clad, I mean, kind of scale-clad. Let's see, the barding on the horses is actually remarkably familiar, at least in the front half. Of course, Silver Helms don't have any armor on their back half because they're elves. But anyway, very interesting. Very cool. Love me some heavy cavalry engagements. High Elves are going to win that one and decisively defeat the Jade Lancers, and it looks like swiftly moving towards army losses. Zhao making his final stand honorably against Tyrion. And there it is. Army losses kicks in. And very nicely done by Rider of Rohan. And again, I'll put an announcement in the community section, and I'm sure you guys will hear more about it in future videos when I do make the merch available. But yeah, the art at least is done. So credit to Rider of Rohan for that, and for this beautiful replay also. Bolt throwers getting some really nice value, and definitely the Croman nerf does affect this matchup, and specifically like these armies especially. I don't know, Fruit Rules I think still limits the Croman to 2. I don't know if I think that should change, hard to say. Arguably maybe it should, I don't know. You guys will have to let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Would you limit Croman to 2? I know a lot of you guys don't actually play, you're just viewers, but those of you guys who do play, and just viewers, I mean, I value your opinion. Also, yeah, interesting overall. Tyrion doesn't even get that much value in and of himself, but just great job leading the army to victory. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. If you do like this sort of content, be sure to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. Every time I upload a new video, you'll be notified. Thanks again. We'll see you next time.